What's going on, guys? Tiesler here. We got the latest Mustang news. Here we have the first modified Mustang for 2018. So late model restoration, put some of their SVE wheels and lowering springs on their 2018. They've got the bronze SVE R350 wheels, which is a new wheel for them. It's kind of a knockoff of the GT 350R wheel. They're nice and cheap wheels. They're affordable is what I'm saying, not cheap in quality, cheap in price, cheap relative. People always get it messed up when I say cheap. Cheap doesn't mean low quality. Cheap means relatively low price. You understand? So they've got some drag radials, it looks like, on the back. Maybe they're not. They look like some meaty, look at those tread blocks. You see those big chunky tread blocks back there? So I bet they're going to take this bad boy to the track real soon, and we're going to see some 11s. What do you think? So check out Late Model Restoration's Instagram over there. Next, we've got the review from EcoBeast on the YouTubes. If you don't know his channel, check it out. Basically, him and his wife go out, and it looks like he bought this car. It looks like he picked it up. It looks great. It's a black performance pack. I don't know if it's a premium or not, but it does have the 10-speed auto. The rear valence, I didn't realize it was that aggressive on the 18s. But anyways, the quad pipes look great. The new tail lights aren't that big of a difference. I never noticed that little accent mark on the rear deck lid spoiler, on the rear deck lid there. Anyways, the thing about this review is, it is a premium. He's got the leather and the big screen there. I guess it's at about the 10-minute mark, somewhere around here. She takes off from a red light, and you can hear the exhaust, and it sounds great. And you can hear that 10-speed just moving through the gears real fast. And I don't even think that's the active exhaust, and it sounds great. The 10-speed auto is just pulling through the gears, just popping through the gears, and it just reminds me how much fun and how responsive that transmission is going to be. I think it's around the 11:30 mark or so where she takes off right here. And it's like, man, that looks fun. That looks like that might be worth going from a manual to an auto if you live in the city and you're getting old like me. You've been driving manual cars for like 20 years since you were a kid. So anyways, I think he did even a better review because there's another review. And he did, this is Roman over at TFL. He did a pretty good job. They got some great exterior shots of the car. They show the engine. They talk with one of the engineers, and they did a good review. They get some good exterior shots. You get a good audio of the active exhaust, and it sounds pretty amazing. Still, I think he's underwhelmed with the horsepower, and even though the new Coyote makes a lot more power, at the end of the day, it's a smaller displacement engine that's a high revving engine, and you're moving about 3,900 pounds, 3,850. So at the end of the day, it's not a crazy torque monster like the Mopar, like the Dodge Scat Pack or the Chevy LT1 with a A8 transmission or anything like that. It doesn't quite have the torque. So I think he was underwhelmed. He should have shoved it down in first gear when he did his first little pull in the car, but he didn't. So I think he was like catching up. He was kind of like saying like, okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. And then he's like, there it is, after it like revved up to 6,000 RPMs. It's because, if it was in the automatic transmission, he could have just slammed the gas and it would have shifted in the appropriate gear. It would have given plenty of power. But the problem is, if you're not used to the Coyote, it can be underwhelming a little bit unless you have some open road to just run through the gears at red line. And that's the first thing I noticed with my Mustang. So I think a lot of people are going to be much happier with the 10-speed automatic because it's going to keep them right in the power band at all times, exactly the way you want it. I mean, he looks like he's smiling and having a good time. So anyways, those are the latest updates for the 2018 Mustang. EcoBeast, go check out his YouTube channel. He's got a good channel. I prefer that style of videography, just raw in the car. You can really get to see what it's like driving the car. I mean, I prefer that because you can hear, I don't know, it just seems more real. This types of productions look great, but it's hard to get a feel for it's hard to get an actual like real life feel for what the car is. The car looks great though. The car looks really good. Race red. I'm not a fan, but looking at that, it looks amazing. Looks like a different car with those big offset. I don't guess they changed the offset. They just look more. Looks like they have more offset on the factory wheels. You think that they changed the offset? So maybe they did. I think what you're seeing there is they had the engineer in the car and they said that they have the Magna Ride, and he said that they use different hubs and something else. So I'm assuming that you get a little bit more offset. Maybe it's just an optical illusion there, but it looks like those wheels have more offset than my factory 15 GT PP car, performance pack car. So anyways, maybe not. One of you guys can chime in. Anyways, that's the latest Mustang news that I have found for today in the last couple of days. But late model resto, Eco Beast, and the fast lane cars where I got those. What do you think about them? Are you going to get the A8, the A10, 10-speed automatic? You're going to stick with the manual? I've read some people saying that they drove the manual, and the manual is much better. The clutch uptake is better. It's not as spongy. It's a lot better to drive, and they also said that the transmission shifted smoother. So if you didn't like the MT82 before, they supposedly made some changes to all the components, and it should be you got a dual mass flywheel and something else going on with the clutch, so it should be updated. Anyways, that's the latest Mustang news. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, and if you want me to keep you guys updated with the latest Mustang news, subscribe, and I'll just posting every day for you guys. Have a good one.